The Africa agenda has featured strongly in the 15th BRICS summit. President Cyril Ramaphosa has reinforced the need for the continent to gain from the bloc's advancements. Our business anchor, Tumisang Ndlovu, is live for us this morning at the Sandton Convention Centre for day 3 of the summit. Tumisang, good morning. It's great to see you. What more has been said about Africa benefiting from the BRICS bloc gains?
Michelle, it was a call that has been long-standing, that the BRICS summit also addressed how Africa as a continent is expected to make gains from the developments of the BRICS bloc. And President Cyril Ramaphosa, after a working committee engagement with his counterparts from the BRICS member countries, having touched on how the Africa Free Trade Agreement needs to be pushed forward, implemented, and also to be seen as one of the biggest gainers of intra-trade when it comes to the plans that are going to be put in place that are a feed-off from agreements that would be coming from the BRICS bloc. Take a listen to that.
Our objectives are reciprocal trade and investment. We want the goods and products and services from Africa to compete on an equal footing on the global economy. The African Continental Free Trade Area, once fully operational, will unlock the benefits of the continental market and generate mutually beneficial opportunities for both African and BRICS countries. As nations of the world confront the effects of climate change, we must ensure that the transition to a low-carbon, climate-resilient future is just, it must be fair, and it must be able to take into account the different circumstances that prevail in all countries.
Tumisang, the President also touching on the just energy transition. That's a phrase we've been saying over and over again over the past months and years. What stance has he communicated?
That's another issue that has been burning for quite some time, Michelle, how we get to a just energy transition, but at the pace that each BRICS member country is able to do so, particularly how Africa gets there and South Africa. The President was quite bold in allaying the fears that Africa is not going to go with the pace of the rest of the globe or be pushed into agreements that it's not ready for to get to lower carbon emissions. Instead, there would be engagements with the BRICS members to ensure that South Africa and Africa is cushioned from the likes of job losses to get towards a just energy transition. We know that we are coal intensive. The world is looking for copper and lithium on the African continent, and that is the reason why this matter has become a little bit contentious but needs to be addressed, and conclusions to those deliberations are expected later today as we wrap up the third and final day of the 15th BRICS summit, Michelle.
All of the big developments taking place there on day 3, and of course our team on the ground keeping you up to speed with all of those developments. Tumisang, thanks very much indeed.